So we might as well just start, Russell, with the update you're going to keep getting until we see them on the pitch about Kyle, how his progress is, and even Ryan as well.
So we man will be the same. I think the Leicester game being delayed until later on in the season suits him because it means he'll miss one game less, and we expect him, or we hope him to be. We're hopeful he'll be back for the Middlesbrough game after that, all being well. And if he's not, it won't be too long after that. So that's Ryan. On Kyle, he was back on the grass today, which is good news. So tomorrow may come a bit too early, probably will, but we're hopeful to have him involved on Saturday.
I did say to Joe Aribo earlier, if you go and win at Birmingham 2-0, it's great because that's what you'd rather do. But actually, the excitement and the buzz at the end was something else, wasn't it? Have you felt that in training this week?
Yeah, it's been a nice feel, but it's been a nice feel for quite a while. They're really focused, but they have a lot of fun, I think, or I hope they do. It feels like they do. We do have a lot of fun with them. I actually think the character again, the team showing that, the willingness to fight for each other, the willingness to keep going, the subs coming on having an impact again, I think will be big for us moving forward. I'd rather win 2-0, of course, but any game away from home to win is tough. Someone told me we've equalled the club's away wins in a season, the record for that, and the guy, that's amazing at any level you play at. And actually, when we watched the performance back, the players doing some amazing things. So we have to cut out the goals we concede is not good enough, especially for how much of the ball Birmingham had, and to concede 3 is not good enough. We're really aware of that. The players are aware of that. They're annoyed at that. But actually, to score 4 goals away from home, to have the amount of ball we had, the amount of chances, shots, just don't think we should underestimate or underappreciate how good that is or how difficult that is. So I've got a huge amount of, like I always have, when I say to you, gratitude and pride in the players for what they're doing. So let's cut out the other stuff, and I think it's going to be an exciting end to the season.
You've not played around, but tried different things at the back with Jack playing in various positions, and now you swap Taylor and him out. Does that just horses for courses with the opponents, or is that you trying to find a blend that suits you best?
I think it's about getting players on the pitch that I think deserve to be on there. So we have 3 outstanding centre halves, and I think Jack showed how flexible he can be on Saturday, and against Millwall as well. I thought he was outstanding. West Brom played left back, was outstanding. So we kept a clean sheet with all 3 of them on the pitch at West Brom, and then different games require different things, I think. And Taylor's really comfortable there, and actually Taylor had a really good game there. And Jack can played there really well against Swansea, Norwich. So we have some flexibility in there. It's not the reason we concede 3 goals that Taylor's playing there and Jack's there. So they're all really, really different. There's no pattern. And actually, Jack helped us so much in the game on Saturday, especially with the ball when he was stepping in and doing things that if he was playing in the Premier League, they would be highlighting and giving a huge amount of praise for. So, yeah, I think it will depend on the opposition, depend on what we feel the game needs. Not so much on the opposition, about what we need in a certain game, really. And there may be games where they don't all play together, and there may be games where it looks different. But honestly, like the formation thing, we don't get too fixated on it because it's about more the concept of the game and how it looks in certain phases. So they're only starting positions, really, ever for us. They start in positions, and at some point when the team's in flow, it looks very different, as it has done all the seasons. Kyle Walker-Peters sometimes plays right back. You'll see him in a very different position at the start of the season, rolling in, then high and wide, and so it depends on the game and depends on the personnel we have on the pitch. But I was really delighted with all 3 of them on Saturday.
Yeah, the reason I asked was because of seeing Jack Stevens get in such advanced positions and seeing spaces and driving into it and doing that, and he's really good at that, and so's Taylor. So I just wondered if it was because getting that blend right, not about conceding, but about who does what higher up the pitch.
Yeah, and I think again that will look different. It will probably look a bit different tomorrow to what it did. And Flynn's role will change sometimes as well, and what we need him to do. But it's the same with any players. Will Smallbone the same. So we have a lot of options, which is nice. It's up to us to find the best solution for each game, really. But I think what Jack has done in the couple of games where we've asked him to go in there, and also at left back at West Brom, I think it just shows the level of intelligence he has, football intelligence, and the players really trust him. So smooth with the ball, so really, really top with the ball. And all 3 of them, like, I think we're really blessed with the three centre halves we have. So it's up to us to find the best solution to try and get them all on the pitch. And as I said, some days they will be, some days they won't. But we'll always only ever pick the best team for that game, really. And I was mad to take Jack out after West Brom, trying to adapt. We overthought it. I overthought it. And then he's come back in and he's done brilliantly since then. So it's up to him to stay there now and make sure that he's in the team. But he's also a huge leader. At half-time on Saturday, my team talk was made so much earlier because of what Jack had said to the boys before I'd even got in there. And I was made aware of that afterwards by the staff. So he's an incredible captain and a leader, and he brings it out in other people, and I think that's really important.
The other thing to come into these two home games with is that all three of your strikers scored on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's lovely to have Adam scoring, Shea and David all on the same afternoon.
So again, and then look at the guys we have on the bench. They'd be really, after the way they performed against Liverpool. So the three of them, Sam, Camaldine and Seko, I thought were outstanding at Liverpool. Should have had a goal each, but is the only frustration for them really for that performance, or for me, for them. So they're sitting there on a bench wondering what they have to do to get on, but then they look at the three guys and they score. It's how it should be if you're going to be a successful squad and team. And then they all come on, Sekou, Camaldine and Sam, and they all have an impact in the game. So I'm really delighted with that, and we're going to need that. I said that we have 3 games this week. It's a huge week for us. I can pretend it's not, but it is, and can put ourselves in a really brilliant position. So it's unique. We are averaging 2 points a game. Any other season, I think it puts you in the top 2 by quite some way. This season is not. It's not going to be enough. So we have to fight for everything. We have 11 games left. Is it 11? Yeah, I'm getting lost. And we're going to need everyone, and it will look different. But them 3 were really fantastic on Saturday.
And just on Preston, when I've been studying them, they sort of have streaks. They have bad spells, and they've had won 6 in a row in August, September. Then they're unbeaten in 7 now. So they're a team on their day who are very, very difficult to play.
Yeah, and we're meeting them at a really difficult time because they're in a really good place. So I think we know what to expect. They're very physical, very strong, athletic, powerful, and they're really good at what they do and the way they play. So they will definitely try and make it hard for us, and we have to play in the same way we have done the last 2 games. And in terms of the build-up and the way we start the game, because that has such an effect on everything else. And I love the willingness to risk the ball on Saturday, to create chances, to run for each other. It was back. It felt like the team was back in that sense. And now we need to bring that again, and that's the challenge. And also make sure we defend in a much better way, because we can't go from being so mean and difficult to score against to then the goals we conceded recently. So there needs to be a balance in the game. And the challenge is to be the team we want to be, and to make sure the game is the one that we want to play as much as we can on our terms.
Hopefully we won't need Gav to come up at the end of the, the header.
Yeah. Although that was a big moment for us earlier on in the season, yeah.
I suppose what I would ask you is how much has changed since that Preston game? Like you said, it was a big moment in your season to get that lead winner. Carl with a brilliant goal as well. When you look back at that, what's really different from then to now?
I think so much is different. So we've watched it, as we always do in the preparation for a team we're going to play. We watched the previous game, see how they set up, see what went well for them or what they maybe will try again. And the team looks really different. I think the team looks different in how they compete, how we play. I feel it's a lot more fluid now. But that was a big game. It was like the first sign of like real character and fight in the team. We had to overcome some really tough moments in the game, and for that to happen, I think it was one of the first games where I looked at them and they all celebrating together, and I thought, oh, they're really starting to feel things together now, and really, which is a big thing for us. And then you watch the way they celebrate on Saturday now, from where we were at Preston to now, almost like at the start was almost embarrassed to really enjoy themselves and to celebrate and to feel things together. Massive game, and they celebrated it because we highlighted that in pre-season when Gavin made an incredible save against Benfica, and everyone just went, right, get right. I know it's pre-season, but and then you look at now when Gavin made the save at West Brom recently, incredible save. The lads all around him celebrating like it's a goal, and so to watch the players, that was the start of it really. Gav's goal or no goal, or own goal, whatever you want to call it, but that was the start of them really feeling something together, and that feeling's just grown and the spirit's grown. Is why we can score so many late goals, down to the style of play, but also more importantly the spirit and the mentality of the group and how together they are. And I think how much care they have for each other, really. I spoke to you so many times about the love and care they show each other with the ball. It's really important that. And there is when you have an environment of support, and hopefully they feel the love from us and the care from us, then I think we can be really demanding them as well. So it's like a really nice balance to have, that actually we're here to win. We need to win, and we will be here to support you and stuff, but you need to understand that there's an expectation in this football club, for me, for the coaching staff, for the players, that we have to win in this division, because it's what people expect, and they want to be back in the Premier League very, very quickly. So I hope we can continue to get that balance and to keep growing that. And we have 11 games where the feeling they have is going to be so important. It's going to be more important than the tactics. It's going to be more important than the team we put out. It's going to be more important than anything we say to them. It's about the feeling they have when they step onto the pitch together. So yeah, we'll see where it takes us.
I think it's probably just a symptom of the division that we're in, but as a stat or a run, every time you face a team there seems to be some kind of run. Birmingham hadn't lost at home since Boxing Day. Preston have scored 2 goals and more than 7 in the last 10 games, so they'll be a real threat.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're really aware of that. They're a really, really good team at this level. They've been knocking on the door for the playoffs for quite some time, and maybe this year they feel their timing is right with a really good run. So it'll be a tough game. They all are, right? The last 2 games at home have proved that, and they've been very different games. So we try and give the players a feeling of what the game could look like tomorrow, or what we need it to look like, and if we don't do certain things, what it might look like. So now we have to trust the work and cross the white line and hope that the energy we have, the energy the supporters bring, the courage we have to play, and the aggression we have, because we're going to need aggression tomorrow for sure against them. So if we bring all of that, we'll be fine. And if we are lacking in one of them, then it'll be a more difficult night than it could be.
Adam's already mentioned the front three will score on the weekend, but as a manager, that must make your job so much easier, so satisfying to see them all get on the score sheet.
Yeah, I'm delighted with each of them. I think Armour was brilliant. I think the role Sheridan played in the game as well can't be underestimated, really. So coming and taking the ball, linking up play, his involvement in the first goal, he's involved 3 times in the build-up to it. It's a really beautiful goal for us as a team and the way we want to play, quick, aggressive with the ball, some really brilliant running for each other, some really nice movement. But Shea was brave, took the ball everywhere. It's not always easy, and it's not always going to come off. So, but when you're still willing to take the ball, I thought he was really brilliant, and he deserved his goal. It was a really nice finish. And then Brooksy is just added another dimension to us, really. He's, like we spoke to you ahead of January and in January about what we felt we needed, and it was him. So it was like trying to be patient and wait for him was difficult, and maybe the threat of not getting him. But by that point, it was kind of like, well, if we don't get Brooksy, we'll work it out, because he's the one, and he's been immense, and he's only getting better. Yeah, he's getting fitter. He's a great character, like amazing guy, and just so much quality. So like I joined in training with the guys the day after Liverpool, and just playing with him and understanding his quality is really like a pleasure to play with. Really, he definitely wouldn't say the same for me. He would say it was tough to play with me, but yeah, just a joy to watch, and he's only getting better. He's understanding more what's required of him. The goal highlights how much quality he has, but he also doesn't score if Will Smallbone doesn't run relentlessly for him to create some space, which is really important. So they had a nice understanding relationship, and hopefully, you know, when Joe come on as well, Joe Rebo, really nice understanding, because good players. So yeah, we can keep growing that.
You mentioned Adam Armstrong being involved in so much. I'm pretty sure he was far and away top for touches in the opposition box, shots, things like that. And you were really critical of yourself on Saturday, taking him out of the team and giving him a rest that you say he didn't need. But I suppose, could you flip that around and say that rest might just revitalise him a little bit for this running?
Yeah, maybe. I'm still frustrated myself that I brought him out of the team, really. I just think we're a better team with Adam in it, wherever he plays. And obviously he needs to keep his standards up and keep doing what he's doing, because it's been amazing. So with hindsight, I think, yeah, I shouldn't have taken him out of the team. At the time, we felt there was validation to give him a rest, and the team would be okay without him, and we weren't. So it's testament to him how important he's been. So yeah, of course, I sit there, and when I sit down on my own and we talk about it, there's decisions you make in the season where you absolutely kick yourself for, and so like the guys at the weekend were like, you know, you need to take some credit for the subs that come on and have an impact, because you're always the one to criticise yourself when it doesn't go right. But it's not how I feel. It's, you only think about the stuff you don't do right. Do you know what I mean? The opportunities you miss, and the stuff that you feel has hurt you, that you think, oh, I should have gone over more detail on that, or I should have gone. We shouldn't have made that change. So like after West Brom, I'm still furious with myself that we made the change we did. We played so well at West Brom. We should have kept going, and I we changed because in my mind before West Brom I had a feeling that the game on Tuesday against Hull required something else, but I should have just, no lads, you were incredible, go and do it again. That's my fault, that's no one else's. So when we spoke about it, so yeah, they're the ones you think about and keep you up at night. The rest is like, when you're winning is easy and all that stuff, but when you don't win, of course, the first person you should look at is yourself. And yeah, so do I think Armour coming out of the team has anything to do with that in terms of feeling fresh? No. He's probably still pissed off and he probably wants to prove me wrong still, and he's probably still frustrated, is the feeling I get from him. And I know we have immense trust in each other, and I have a lot of love for him, and I hope he feels the same way about me, but also I know he's still annoyed at me for taking him out of the team, and he should be. He ignored me for about 10 minutes on Saturday afternoon, and I had to scream at him. I said, I know you hate me right now, but I love you, I'm trying to help you. And Ethan Laird smiles at me because he knows Ethan's played with me, and he knows I'm a bit strange, shall I say, different. So he's smiling, and Armour just wouldn't look at me, and then after the game he's smiling again. So yeah, keep on doing what he's doing, and he'll stay in the team, and he'll be great.
Just very finally from me, if I can, you mentioned to Adam that you look back at the goals you've conceded in the last 6 or 7 games, and you haven't really seen a pattern.
No, there's no rhyme or reason.
How do you go about sorting it?
Someone sent me, George put something together, didn't he? It was nice. You can have a job here if he wants. But yeah, there is no real pattern. It's like moments. So we give away very few real chances, but the goals we concede haven't been good enough, and it's moments. It is, so we have to stop it. And I think we spoke about it as a group. The players understand. Yanni B had been so frustrated at them, and like he's, you know, after the game, him and Jack are chatting and make sure the players are really clear on what needs to happen to move forward. So yeah, we will definitely improve again in that area. I think we've shown that we can be that team that can have both sides of the game for sure. But there are a few key principles we really need to focus on, and we have done, I think, hopefully, and now we need to put it on the pitch.